Hi guys, so this is part 3 of our Deconstructed card kit folio or binder tutorial series. This is for the A2 size. This is the one I kicked off. I think next I'll probably do a 5x7. We'll think about doing a slimline or some other thing, or maybe like fun cards. You know, sometimes we have card kits where or like dies like the rocking card like from Anna Griffin, or like the double slider from Die Press, things like that. I think it'd be fun to just have it ready to go. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to finish this guy up. Actually, I came on real quick to say a couple things. So if I have any links for any of the items that you see here, those in the description box, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you were to purchase items to those links. And I say that and I write it because those are YouTube rules. And I don't know if you watch any other craft channels, but I'll bet you don't hear it very often, right? But you're supposed to, starting like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was, after another channel with a little boy got sued because they're saying people don't understand, like, that either they're making money from the things that they're showing or they sell, or that et cetera, right? So those are rules, and I always use them. So my plan was to give this away. I had mentioned to you guys that in January, YouTube changed the rules on, or updated the rules on how you do giveaways. And they used to be pretty simple. Well, not simple, but like, you know, you tried to follow along. You tried to, you know, mine were always super basic. I didn't have people doing all kinds of crazy things. Just leave a comment and be a subscriber and like the video. Well, YouTube has updated their policies, and I do not know, guys. I don't, you know, I'm just here at home. I'm just a gal having fun. I do not want anything to happen to my channel. It's happened in the past, and like, I am not going to go through that again. So like, for me, I don't know, it's kind of sad because like I don't know what I'm going to do about giveaways in the future, because these are the new rules, and I'll just show them to you just so you kind of have an idea. I'm going to read right off of here. This is YouTube's rules, and I know this has nothing to do with the guideline, with the video that we're going to do right now. I'll put a little note there so you can skip ahead. YouTube's contest policies and guidelines. Now, they call a giveaway a contest, you know, whatever, regardless of what you're asking people to do. Yada yada. I mean, it's really long. All contests run on YouTube or use YouTube are subject to the below rules. In addition, your contest cannot be run or conducted in a way that conflicts with their privacy policies. So you got to read their privacy policy, make sure of that. The content also cannot conflict with YouTube's terms of service or community guidelines, which mine don't. Well, it's very basic, right? As far as leaving just a comment, you know. YouTube does not allow contests to be run through ad units. I don't even know what that means. So, you know, if the contest conforms to the below rules, you can use contests through your content on the platform. 1, general restrictions and requirements. You're solely responsible for your contest, sure. Your contest on YouTube must comply with all relevant federal, state, and local laws, rules, and regulations, including U.S. sanctions. Okay? Like, I don't even, whatever. That's the one that really blows out of the water for me. Your contest cannot infringe upon or encourage the infringement of any third-party rights or participation in any unlawful activity, which of course not. You cannot ask the viewer to give all rights for or transfer the ownership of their entry to you. Your contest, and that's like, let's say you're like, oh, I want you to make a video, and then I'm going to choose, you know, whatever. That's a different thing. But they treat contests and giveaways the same, basically. Your contest must be free to enter. Don't forget to check your local lottery laws. That's why I'm like, you and a third party may not manipulate metrics on YouTube service and misrepresent genuine viewer engagement with the YouTube service. That's the other issue I have, because like asking to give a thumbs up or to be a subscriber, does that, you know, I'm not trying to mess with any of this. This metric includes number of views, likes, dislikes, or subscribers. So there we go. You cannot associate or affiliate YouTube with your contest without YouTube's prior written consent. Okay, that doesn't matter because I would never ask them to be part of it. The official contest rules must have a set of official rules, which include a link to YouTube's community guidelines and indicate entries that don't comply will be disqualified. B, state all disclosures required by all applicable federal, state, and local laws, rules, and regulations, including U.S. sanctions. And C, are wholly compliant and consistent with YouTube terms of service. That's the part where I'm just like, I am done. I'm out. I cannot, I don't have lawyers or people to read into something so basic as I just want to give this away. Like, come on. But all it takes is one person that doesn't like you or your channel or wants to say, hey, this is how she did it or this is how he did it, and that's not appropriate, and YouTube will look into it and possibly take your channel. So I know it sounds like super basic, like, okay, I'm getting a little crazy here. No, that's literally how it happens. And sometimes YouTube won't even tell you why they wanted to get rid of your channel or took it or gave you a strike, but they don't really care about strikes anymore. They just pretty much will just be done with you. So I'm not going to mess with that. I don't know what to do in the future. I'll try to figure out, maybe I'll see what other people are doing and have some idea. But like, honestly, that means I have to look into California's laws. And, you know, if I offer international, I got to look into, like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal, but for right now, I'm not going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it in the future. maybe on my blog, but that should also probably have the same kind of rules, right? Because that's just how it is, right? Typically, whatever YouTube does, Instagram will do the same. You know, all these different places will have those same kind of rules. So I don't know how to handle it. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm not giving it away today, and I'm sorry because I really wanted to give it away. So we'll see what happens. But let me go and gather myself because I was talking about legalese and now I want to do some crafty stuff. And actually, I need to pop in a few extra things. Remember, I had told you guys I'd have my tags in here and everything. So let me get that going. And I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. So I brought out a few things. I don't want to add too much to this because it's just like with my mini albums. If I want to put this away, I want it to be put away like this and not have something rubbing off or that's so chunky that I can't put it away like that, you know? And so this will be also today's Freeform Friday because we're just kind of having some fun. I do have this, though, just because I was like, well, in my mind, I was going to give this away and make it a little prettier. Because I like the cover, but, you know, you want to add something. So I was thinking maybe just adding, like, a little chunkiness, but like I said, it's so... Maybe I'll put it up here. That way this does something. Because if I put it here, it's going to cover up quite a bit. So we'll put it in this top corner. And I think what I want to do is cut some other stuff. So I think in the meantime, I'm either going to hold on to this, or maybe I'll give it away to one of my YouTube buddies or something. I don't know. I'm just looking for little leaves. Oh, those are cute. These are, I was thinking about little sprigs. Okay, let's do this, and I'll cut it out of gold paper. I was going to do brown paper, but how about gold, just to make it a little fancier. Do I have any other little leaves? Oh, okay, so let's do that out of gold paper, and this out of brown paper. That's what I'll do. So I keep these things next to me still, because I'm still working on this project. And that'll be the front. And usually that's the last thing I decorate, but for whatever reason today we're leading with the front. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out of whatever scraps I can here, and then this one out of some gold, and I'll be ready. You know, I'm heating up my hot glue because I know I'll probably stick this guy down with some hot glue. And I have some little pretty pieces here. In the meantime, there are some other things I want to cut out. So I'm sorry, guys. Like, my mind is still kind of wrapped around that because, like, what am I going to do in the future? Or, like, for the next ones, like, I'll have to figure it out. I don't know that I ever will because, again, I'm not a lawyer and I don't really... I guess what I can do is see what other people are doing, which is not the best thing to do, let me tell you, because, again, you know, people are supposed to disclose all these different things. They don't say anything. And, you know, you only have your channel, and if YouTube decides to take it, they will take it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can appeal, and... A lot of times they don't even tell you what the issue was. They just, will take it. All the videos. Everything. You know, the whole thing. So, I'm very protective of my channel. So, sorry guys. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think that's all I'm going to do here. Something like this. We'll see. I was thinking maybe adding a little sticker, but then, you know, we already have every day's special occasion down here. So, but, you know, it's cute to stick, like, just little stuff like this little beautiful or whatever. Maybe I'll do, I don't know. I do want to use this little impresslets though, and I'm going to put it through the spellbinders. I did want to mention on this one tag, put that to the side for now, not that one, this one. This is just white paper. I think it might be like marker paper, I don't know. But I ran it through in the, what's it called? The marquee. I'm telling you, I'm just... right now a little discombobulated. Put it in there, obviously without this part, the ribbon, and ran it through the marquee, and it works really well, which is interesting because some of the other 3D embossing folders from Anna, I would not put in the marquee. Like, it gives you resistance and too much where you don't want to put that in there, but these worked really well. This is like one of my favorite folders for hers now. Look at that. Look at all the different, like, sizing and the embossing, and again, that 3D embossing just looks really awesome. Love it. Oh, did I include those in yesterday's video? I don't know. Oh, I made another tag. It didn't fit in my little pocket because of the way I glued my pocket. So this one fits, this one didn't. So I put it in here with these guys because, again, it's just like a background. And that's basically what I wanted, right? Cards, just paper that if you want to die cut or not or whatever. Background pieces, toppers, you know, and then it goes into like more decoration, more little decoration pieces. And then I switched out the words to the back and I added some little gemstones in there because they're nice and flat and fit in there. People have been asking me all kinds of questions. Do whatever you like with this, guys. This is your project. Like, you know, people asked if I should maybe laminate the folder. If you want to, go ahead. And I guess the question was like, have I noticed that lamination, when you glue things to it, if it works well. You know, with all the different swap entries I get, some do work and some don't. So I don't know what the difference is. They might be using different glues. People ask me if you show hot glue, 3D that Colol gel, or like Beacon's 3-in-1, or like E6000. I mean, that's up to you. I don't know. I haven't done that enough myself. We are going to make a dangle for this. And then on the inside, I'm just going to add little things here and there. If that's like some of these little words, like again, this guy, I want to go ahead and cut that out, the heart, not so much the 4-leaf clover. So I'm going to run this through right now. And then I kept my little, remember that yesterday when I showed you guys I needed like a 4 or 5 piece of paper shim for it to work in the spellbinders. So I'm going to add my little cream colored paper right here. I'm going to add my shim, and just like this, run it through on the platform. Just like that, roll it through, and I'll be right back. Mention, if you are afraid still using that 3D, of course I just sprayed water on my book. Give it a little spritz of water and then just pop it in there and you're good to go. Both sides of my paper are the same, so I don't really care which one goes where. But I'll run this through and I'll be back. Hot glue is ready now. Like I said, this is usually the last thing I do. I don't know why I'm all backwards today, but I'm going to pop this up here and then we're going to put these guys in here possibly. Those I will just glue in. I'll be right back. I'm going to set this up the way I want it, and then I'm going to ask my son to close his door, and I'll be right back. Something like that. And I am going to glue these down. Pretty well, because again, they're on the outside of this. You know, some of my gals are like, oh, you can get this ready and take it on vacation, so you can still write cards or notes back home while you're, that's such a cute idea. I mean, there's so many ways to use this, and I'm so bummed out that I can't give this one away, guys. Well, I guess I can if I didn't care. You know, who knows? I know whenever they were changing rules for, like, all these different things, or, like, if you don't say that, you know, you got something for review, and et cetera, they're like, oh, the FCC says, like, shooting fish in a barrel, because all they have to do is, like, literally nobody says what they're supposed to say, and they can just... That's the other thing, fines from the FCC. It's not... It's not just YouTube. And I know you're like, oh, I mean, that's how I think. It's like, oh, I have such a small channel, nobody cares. But honestly, you'd be surprised. So, I'm not going to mess with that right now. Okay. And that's the thing, it doesn't matter what size channel you have, it's just, those are the rules. And if, you know, $10,000 or whatever they want to charge you for not doing what the rules say, with the FTC and those kind, or FCC, who wants to mess with that? So I think it's all fun and games until something like that happens, right? So I'm always super clear about my disclosures and all of that. Okay, so that's just what I added here. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'll put some little words or something else cute later. But that's that for now. I'm going to do a little finger bow real quick. Just a one like this. For that little heart that I just cut. So I need about that much. So again, finger bows go over your 2 fingers. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I do them all the time now. Over your index in between, you know, over and under your middle finger, and then this piece, you're just going to take it across everything, push it through. And you can do that a couple times. I usually do like 2, but this one I just want something small because again, the book is pretty flat. And now I'm going to push this through this area here. The only other thing I think I'll show you guys is that I'm going to make a beaded dangle, and I know you guys like to see those kinds of things, so that is something we will do together. Everything else I'm probably just going to just do some die cutting, adding cute stuff here and there. And there's my bow. And this is definitely the kind of material that you can heat set. If it scares you, don't do it, but all you have to do is get a little heat and get right close to it, and it shrivels, and that's keeps it from fraying later, which is what I did with these guys, and they caught on fire. So another thing with the beads, what I was going to do is put beads on the ends of these, but since I burned off quite a bit, I don't think I have enough really to add beads. If you're going to add beads on it, you know, to keep it nice, I mean, I probably do. You're going to waste like an inch of it, possibly, and then however much your bead takes up, and then can you still, you know, close it up, basically. I might be able to. We'll see. Whenever I burnt that, I was like, well, that's gone. Like, I'm not going to be doing that, I guess. I'm going to leave my little bow kind of wonky. I think that's cute. I'm going to stick it on here. Was this glue trying to get away from me? was it being naughty? I think that's the only hot glue I'm going to need for this whole project. So I'm going to stick this on here. Actually, I might use the hot glue to actually glue this down too, because this little heart is super cute, you guys. It's very rounded. And then it has that. So it might be hard to stick down. And my plan for this one was to cover up this hole that I made. Hey, I didn't even look at the page. I just got colors that I knew matched or went with the book. So I'm going to cover up that little hole. Because it's not the hole that's a problem, it's behind here, right? Remember, my paper didn't go all the way down. I will mention, if you're going to create this and you want the paper to go all the way down, I would recommend that, because when we make our pocket, at least I did it, there's going to be a little piece of the pocket that's folded in here, right? Your glue tab. And sometimes things bump into it. So if you make your paper so it goes all the way down, you know, we have plenty of paper. I know you do. I don't know why I cut this one down like the way I was doing. I should have just used the whole sheet. It'll cover that area so things go in and out a little nicer. So just think about that as you construct. And this guy I'm just going to put it right here. And actually I'm going to follow along this to make sure I'm actually covering that area so things don't get stuck behind my little heart. And I'm just going to go from there and rub that down. I don't know if you noticed, I started up and I pulled it down so that the glue spreads. And hopefully I'm not gluing anything down. No, it feels good. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, that is darling. I love it. Okay, let me turn off my hot glue and we'll keep working. So I just want to show you. So even that, just that little heart, already made my book puff up, right? Because it has a little dimension to it. So it's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. But see that? So everything else I'm going to do is going to be pretty flat. And it's just a little here and there. And now that I'm not even going to give this away, I guess it's probably going to be less than what I wanted to do. Let's see. Oh, this is cute. I'm just going to pop this on here. Like learning to fly. That's cute. And I'm just going to go around and do little flat things like that. I don't know, like this little set of numbers. It's kind of fun. Again, I'm just, you know, that's good for that. Maybe I'll cut like a flower or something that's flat and stick it here. And just keep going. I'll come back when I do the beaded dangle. That's, I think, what's most important, what y'all want to see probably. So I'm just going to cut some different things. Maybe, like I said, some flat flowers. Flat flowers. Probably from this grunge set. It had really pretty things in here, so I just add them here and there, okay? I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am just plugging right along, so we have our little cover again. And then here I just added this beautiful red flower and it has do all the good you can, learning to fly, a little number. Here I did the light of hope, just some simple stuff because again, I don't want it too thick. That black kind of lotus, magnolia flower? I don't know what, I guess magnolia. She was a strange little girl, I thought it was fun. This one we did together. Here I put wonderfully familiar, goodness of the heart. And then here I was like, since it's a larger, I'm going to actually use this, and funny enough, I had a piece of paper that is literally the exact same size. Look at that. So I'll cut that out right quick, and maybe I'll put one of those same flowers I've been cutting, put it on here from that grunge set. Oh, I do want to point something else out from this grunge set. I thought this was like an inlay. It's its own piece, you guys. My goodness, I love this. Look at this. This whole gorgeous thing has all kinds of fun stuff, and the little letters get like cut in. Oh my gosh, this is, love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out, and again, one of the flowers, and I'll be right back. I already started punching this out, because these guys, these dies from Craftsman, I'm a huge fan, like I told you guys, I love these. I think I told you in the last video. They don't come out real easy, so when you push them, it almost sounds like a ticket punching out, but I already did that, and look at this. Look how clean it comes out. Like, ridiculous, and how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Okay. I had to share. Okay, just this last piece I'm gonna glue down. So hopefully you guys like this series, and like I said, I'll do different sizes, and this one I went right on with, you know, how it fits, so maybe the next one I'll make it a little bit looser, you know, just to show you guys kind of how to plan out your own projects, because I'm sure we all have different size envelopes, different size, you know, everything. And then also I've been hearing from a lot of you guys that you are done buying things and you just want to use the stuff you have, which of course we're always going to get caught up in buying something. Look how pretty these are. I mean, look, having said that, I'm like, look at this set. It's so pretty. But so I hope this encourages you guys to bring out your paper pads, you know, whatever size. I start off with this 6-inch size. Maybe we'll do 8-inch ones, which I don't have a lot of, to be honest. I have a lot of 6-inch and 12 by 12, and then plain papers that are 8.5 by 11. But you you know, bring out your stuff. And I think, you know, you guys have given me so many ideas of how to use this or who to give these kind of things to. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to give it to my students, or I'm going to give them to, you know, even like old folks' homes, things like that, where people can just pull things out and have some crafty fun. I think that's really, really fun. Let's do one more over here. I don't know. And, you know, little half pearls here and there would be cute. But again, I'm just trying to keep this flat. And if you wanted to make this so that the person could also use the little embellishments you add, you can just put them on like a puffy sticker or something else that keeps it up so the person can take it off. But these are very delicate. But I'm saying like this whole thing, if you wanted to put that. So there it is, guys. That's all I'm going to do on the inside. I think this is really fun. I wish I could have given it away today. I cannot. I will not. I do not dare. Okay. So I want to put a dangle on this. Now I'm thinking, should I put it here? Should I put it here? We don't really have a middle. You know what I'm saying? Because the middle is actually right here. And I guess you could make your hole in here and then have the thing dangle out, but I feel like I should put it here. But here is good too. Maybe I'll make it closer to the front. And this is the other thing. I don't even know if I can get this thing in here. I want to make a small hole, so I'm going to use this side. And hopefully I can open it up enough to get this where I need it to be. I guess that'll be the judge of where I can put this, right? Ooh. I am trying to get it. And actually, I don't even need to use this. I guess I could just make a little hole with something else. I need to go a little bit further in. Hold on. Sorry, guys, if you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Now, if I wanted to set an eyelet, I guess you probably could, because that's up here. Yeah, I think I could. If I find an eyelet that's small enough for this, I will do that. But I don't know if I will actually find one. I have tons of eyelets, but you know, they might be too big. Okay, let me grab some beading stuff that we're going to use to make a charm dangle, and I'll be back. So I have some findings, but I think I'm not going to use that after all, because I think I want my stuff to be gold or bronze color. I'm trying to get this stuff over here, sorry. Ooh, it's getting hot. Let me take off this sweater. Okay, so I did find my little, this I picked up recently because I don't know where any of my other ones are. I used to do eyelets all the time and I have no idea. I don't think I destashed them, but they're probably in the garage or something. So I'm going to use one of these little guys. Hopefully it'll work for us. Ooh, the black. We don't have to do this, but maybe I'll use the bronze. I don't know. We'll see which one. I'm going to use my looper because it's awesome. I have some little charms in here. Again, they're mostly gold and silver. But as you know, I'm looking at the book. I did use a lot of gold, so I'm thinking I might tend towards the gold. I have some charms in here. People ask me where I bought these. It's stuff that I've collected and then I put them in here, so it's not something that you're just gonna pick up like this, you know. I have these. They're kind of like bronzy. Those are pretty. I don't even know that I have really gold findings. I guess in here there are some. And then like gold chain, or how I want to start that, you know. So let me think about what metal color I want to use, and then we're going to go from there. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I pulled out all these things. These are like spacers, but they're also nice to put at the bottom of a bead in case the holes are really big or those kind of things. I grabbed all these different beads I picked up recently from Hobby Lobby. We're going to do that in just a second. And I hope I do not ruin this by trying to add this thing. It's not necessary, so that's why I'm kind of like, about it. But let's try maybe a black one. Let's try the one that will show up the most if I don't do it right? And then I have these little guys. Now, you're going to put the nice piece outside. Pop it in. Aww. And then we're going to bring this guy over. I think this is already set up to do it because I haven't done this in so long, but if you have a crocodile, maybe it's not as dusty as mine. You see this here? It's telling you to put your bit in there, right? So that's where this guy goes. And it's going to push into this area. And you can tell because these areas are like circular, kind of recessed. And so it's going to open up the bottom of this thing for you. So you could either place it on there. I place it where I need it to be. And then I'm going to go in here. So that little guy should... Oh, of course it doesn't fit in there. Do I have another smaller one? Yep. Okay, good. Okay. So that's good. That did not fit because it's too big, right? So what you do is you push this down and you turn it. This guy's much smaller. Keep turning. And then clip it back into place. That's the one you want. I think this is the bottom one that I want. Let me see what this says. It says C, and that one says 3. Maybe I want 4, so that's the thing. I haven't studied this enough. These look really big to me. So it feels like 3 or 4 are possibly where I want to be. But I'm going to go with number 3. Sorry, I had my head down. If I kind kind of went away. So now that pops in there real easy. Oh goodness. And we're going to give it a good squeeze. And if it took, yeah, not bad. So these are kind of archaic, even though I recently picked them up, because they didn't have fluting. A lot of times the newer eyelets, see how this is just plain hard metal? They'll have like little cuts in it already, so that it opens up nicer when you go to flatten it out. But it did the job. It's okay. And again, it's right on the corner because that's where I chose for it to be, but next time I'll not choose for it to be there. Okay. Let's see. Let me grab the beads that I want to use. I might even put them on a towel or something so they don't roll around. I do have a beading mat, but like you don't have to have a beading mat to do this stuff. So I might just go grab a towel real quick just so you see what I mean, so that your stuff doesn't roll around everywhere. Or a piece of felt, anything like that. But I will be right back. I am just pouring out a bunch of these wherever, which I'll probably regret later, but that's okay. The packaging of this one was very hard to pour out, so that's good. So they make it so that it's not easy to lose anything there. And, you know, maybe I'll use some of these, I don't know. I guess I could bring some red in, huh? I don't have anything red, but that's alright. Okay. So a few things. I have a lobster clasp that hopefully will be big enough, I think it will, to reach in there and hold on. This is the guy I'm going to put this on. So I had to grab some of these smaller ones. Now people might ask this, I don't know, guys. They're like 3mm, 2mm, 1mm, like... It's what it is. I should have grabbed another one of these, but I am using my nails. I shouldn't. I'm going to put this on here. And while it's open, I'm also going to put this big, thick one on here. And I really had to pay attention to that because this one is so big and thick that you have to, you can't just use like one of the smaller jump rings that won't even give you any kind of dangle. It'll be on there really tight. And again, we can use our own looper, right? The looper we picked up, if you have that. But that's where I'm going to start from. Actually, that's where I'm going to end up. And I did pick out one of these big, I love these from Amazon. I'll have, like I said, the different items link there. It's just a big set of feathers that seem to make it into all my projects. So that's going to be at the very bottom of one of these guys, I think, like down here. I might have to link it with another thing. We'll see. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to do a dangle that has 2 and one that has 3 lengths and one that has 4. Now, having said that, each one of these you can cut up even smaller, so I'm going to put these things to the side for right now. Like, let's say one of my dangles is going to be like this guy. So I'll take this, I'm going to put him on there. It's already a head pin. Sorry, an eye pin. I'm going to say that wrong thing probably a million times. Eye pin. It doesn't come through, which is great, but if you're concerned about that, like I don't know if this is going to be at the bottom or at the top of my pins. That's the other thing. You can add like a little guy like this. That'll help you. Right? And that can be the very bottom. You can use the head pin, but I'm just leaving eye pins everywhere. And now since I did that one, I might as well put another one on top. Right? Okay. So let's bring in our looper. You guys, I'm such a fan of this thing. Okay. So I'm going to hold on to these guys kind of tight. It goes under this little peg, right? Under that peg into this little hole that you see on the back right there. So I'm going to go through here, go through there, really butt this up against as far as I can get it in here, basically. And as you do it all at once, it'll get you that little spot. And it's a little bit open, which I am okay with because I need to hook this onto something else. But if you're done, all you have to do is just take your tool and, or while it's in here, just kind of shimmy it over a little bit and it'll close up a little bit more for you. But there's that guy. So I'm going to take a moment basically to do that with as many as I want. Now, I have this little guy, and if you really wanted to, you can bring this over here, and anything that's basically inside of here, this thing's going to chop off. So if that was in there, it's going to cut it off. So what I'm going to do is bring it as close to over here as I can. See how it cuts that little piece and it makes a loop? And now I can use this same piece for like a small bead if it's small enough. I don't know if I have one small enough that I even want to use, but let's say that guy? No. So either way, let's say like this little guy. That might work. Let's see. We need enough to at least clear that. Nope. It needs to clear that silver bar. So if you're like me and you're the type that would take the time to figure that out, to not waste. Nope, not quite. It has to be really small, guys. Either way, you can still use the little leftover piece. I'm not going to keep doing it right now, but let's say you had something small that you wanted to put it on there by itself, probably one of the spacer beads. You can then make another loop, okay? And I showed you guys that in the last video. It's just this one's a little smaller because of how tall this stuff is here. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment. Not that one. I don't think that goes with my project. Ooh, this one does. How about this guy? Does it fit without needing... So like this one, I'm not going to put a spacer. I'm just going to go in, come in here, again, bring it really close. Get it through that little hole. There we go. Push it as close as I can. And there's my loop. Okay, so I'm going to do whatever it is I feel like to these little dudes. On the very bottom of whatever that dangle area is, like the 2s and 3 and 4, like I said, I'm going to put this feather, I'm going to put this little heart, and I'm going to put this other little heart. So that's what's going to be at the base of my dangles, whichever one is the bottom. So I'm going to continue working and just doing the same thing, making the loops, and I'll be right back. I think I'm on my last one. And as I was kind of putting them together, I kind of was looking over here. I have lots of these. I actually made some from these extra bits. But let's move these guys over. So I kind of kept them, you know, I put a bunch of them together, like, you know, made my little things, and then I started designing like how I would want them laid out. That one, and then this one should be 4 long, and then have this guy at the end. And that's kind of what I was talking about. At the very bottom, I want to put those guys. So to put these guys together, all I'm going to do is, again, they're kind of open already a little bit from when I squeezed it, so I'm going to take that one. Actually, I'm going to close this guy up completely. Okay. So all I did was kind of turn it towards itself, and you can give a little squish if you want, but not too much because then it possibly opens up again. So you want it to just get it in there. And this guy that's already open, I'm just going to link in there, right? Because it was a little bit open from when we created it. And then you take your looper, well, not a looper, the other thing's a looper, but you take this guy, and now those two are together, right? And at the very bottom, I left it kind of dangling like that. It's okay that it's just like this because I'm going to add this guy. Now if you want to put a jump ring on this to make it more loopy, definitely you can do that. I'm just going to open this up a little bit more because that way I can get this guy in here. And I'm just going to add this. And then close it up. This time to close, I am going to give it a pinch. Yeah, it might take a little bit of work, but that's what I was saying. If you want to put a jump ring in there, you can definitely do that. And now I have this piece all hooked up. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing for this other one. I'll take this one, loop it into that one, take that one, loop it into that one, then take this bottom piece and put them on. Okay, same thing here. And I'll come back when I'm at the end. Okay, this guy's going to be really long at this last one. I don't know if I want to put that. I think let me see. Let me see how it looks, and I might want to put a jump ring. So some of these are closed up tighter because they were the way the pin came, right? Just like this. So they're closed up a little bit tighter than the ones we made. I'm going to put that in here. You know, that might be okay. If we put a jump ring, like I said, it'll be looser. It'll be more swingy. But I think I'm just going to do this. A little tricky. There we go. Look how long that is. And it's because we did the linking the way we did it, you know. Okay, so I'm literally going to put it on here like this. And so we have this guy ready to go. And what we're going to do is just take a jump ring. Again, this is like a medium-sized one. They have smaller ones, and then the large one I'm going to put it onto. So I'm going to hook onto here, then hook it onto here. That is my little bit. And see how... this one's so thick. Just because it's a larger size, it's just a lot thicker. And I guess you can also get different jump rings. And you can also make your own jump rings, but, you know, whatever thickness you like. Okay, there's that one. And then I'm going to place this one. So again, I need another jump ring that's hooked onto his little buddy here. Oh, just messed up my nails. Great. Oh, you guys, I got to get back into the garden. That's what that reminds me of. I don't think I'm going to be doing much gardening this year, like a vegetable garden, because it's just too much. Too much for me right now. I'll put this on here. And then put this middle one, the long one, on this guy. Close that up. And again, most time people do this with 2 different tools, but I'm just using the one in my hand, or fingers. And then this guy is our last one, and I'll do the same thing, just open it up. Oh my gosh, I really should. I have like 10 of these. I always tell you guys, I'm like, I probably have like a dozen of them. And of course, I'm just doing it this way. And then I'm going to put this on the other side of that long one in the center. Okay. That's what I came up with for today, but I will be right back once I put all these things away. Okay guys, so let's take another look at this guy. We have the little hearts made with love, all kinds of fun things. Again, just make sure all your little loopies are closed up really well. And I'm just going to hook this on. And of course, I was going to say, I can't open this for some reason. It's probably stuck. There we go. Of course, I would get the one that's fighting me, right? Oh my goodness. You guys. Oh my gosh. Really just fun. I added the word beautiful on this side just for funsies. We have this guy here, and that's the kind of decoration I like because it's out here, you know what I'm saying? This was a little extra for me. I usually keep it super flat, but here we go. And then we have our little tie. Again, if you want to put some beads on there, just all you're going to do is just crunch this up so you can get it into your beads. And those beads have really huge holes, especially the larger beads. And then just push it down and then make a knot and then let the bead come back down, and it'll just be another decorative item. It'll stop the book from, or the book, stop the ribbon from fraying if you don't want to set it on fire like I did. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry. I don't know how I'm ever going to figure out the giveaway thing. And I'm sure you're going to see on other channels or other, you know, even companies giving away stuff because, well, I don't know how or why, or they don't care. I'm just not trying to get caught up in that. And so I hope you guys understand that. But we'll try to figure it out. It's just not going to be today. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like this series. I was getting a lot of great feedback. So we have our card blanks ready to go, our little papers ready to go. I pretty much used up this whole paper pad, which is what I wanted to do. I think there's just a few sheets left. And I mean, I might even cut down some more of that and put it in here. But I think this is maxed out with all the different pretty things and cute stuff that you guys saw. All go in there. And we're good to go. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about this. Let me know if you're doing them. If you make one, I would love to see it. I know a lot of times people tag me on Instagram, but let me know because I hardly ever go onto my Instagram. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys at the next one. A little bittersweet, huh? It was fun working on this. Bye now.